Hey, what's up? This is DGX Media. So, in this tutorial series, I'm showing you a few tricks you can do on your own in Photoshop. So, in this particular tutorial, you have this picture. There are a lot of people on the beach, and someone just tells you, "Okay, I want you to clean up everyone on the beach. Just want the beach and the sea. Everyone has to go." So, what do? There's so many ways to do this. Okay, either you tell yourself that it's possible, or you tell yourself it's not possible. For instance, I'll go to this tool called the patch tool. Okay, do this, then that particular object is gone on the beach. So imagine you trying to do this for every one. How many days do you think that's going to take you? Okay, so what you want to actually achieve is this. Bit of this, you just want selected people to be on the beach. So imagine you trying to go around each and every object on the beach. So that will take a whole lot of time. There's also another way you can do it, which is to achieve the same effect, which is clicking on this rectangular marquee to come into the object, right click, fill, content aware, and it's gone. So that's another way, but it's still the same process of going one by one. Now what if I told you there's a way you can actually do this in less time with no hassle? So let's see. Now what I'm going to do now is delete everything I have and start afresh and put the picture from the scratch, so you see everything I'm going to do step by step. I'm going to delete this group, delete group and content here, then every image goes. Let's start at first. Let's go back and import picture. So you drag, drop. So the first thing you want to do is duplicate your picture. Okay. So you still have your original layer in case there's an error or any mistakes. So what you want to do is go to the magic wand tool. Right click so you can see other tools in it. Click on, use the left click, click on the magic wand tool, then select any area that is empty, the sand. Okay. Alright, next thing you want to do is right click, select inverse. Okay, now go to select menu, go to modify, go to expand, use 3, click OK. Now the next thing you want to do is, there are two ways to do this particular thing here. Now this stage, you can either decide to drag. You use the select, you go to this tool, the path tool. Okay, you click on any one of the objects, you drag and you wait. Give it time. So Control D to deselect. So now at this point, what you need to do is you start fine-tuning and cleaning off all these areas to make it better. Okay, but I don't like this technique. I do not like this technique. So what I'm going to do is use some other technique. So what I want to do is this. Right click, you go to select, expand, modify, expand. Let's use 2 instead. Okay, now instead of dragging, let's use this rectangular marquee tool. You right click and go to fill, click on fill, use content aware. Okay, let's wait and see what happens. Okay, so you deselect. This is what you get. Now the next thing you have to do is clean up all these black spots. Okay, there are different results you can actually get when you do this. For instance, you want to take out this black spot, so you have to just try and see what you get. So now let's try expanding. Let's use a 6 and let's fill. So it's a little bit better. Okay, let's try a 9 instead. Fill. Okay. Select. So this is way better. Okay, so what we need to do now is bring back every element that we need. So go back to the original background, duplicate. Now what we need to do is we need the front of the beach, this area. It has to come back. So you go to your polygonal tool. Okay, so you just do this, you just select that area. It's just your own discretion. Anything you want to select, just select. You just need the front of the beach. And you feather. Then you right click and layer via copy. So you take that layer above this, and this is what you're gonna have. Okay, so basically the beach is clean. You can easily clean up this other areas with ease. So the next thing you want to do now is, now let's assume you want to bring back some of these elements here. Okay, one way to do that is this. You see, you want some of all these people to be back on the beach, just a few of them. So one way you can do that is you can select all of them and you right click, select inverse. So you're actually selecting this particular object. Then you do layer via copy. You can feather it a little bit. Use 2, okay, and layer via copy. So this is what you have. Bring them on this layer. You have this, but you're going to notice that it doesn't look natural. The fill doesn't look natural compared to this. Compared to having this, the fill doesn't look natural compared to having this. Okay, so it looks a little bit faded. So what do you do at this point? So let's just delete that layer. what we need to do right now is don't just go too far. Okay, that image you have and this, just duplicate one of this, deactivate one, then on this layer reduce the opacity. So whatever you want to select right now, you select it, you erase that spot on this particular layer. Okay, you choose your eraser tool, then you go down, you reduce your flow to 76, your opacity should be at 100, then you click. Okay, let's say we want this guy to be back, click on that layer. So let's say someone else around this area, I want this back. Okay, I want this back, I want this back, I want this guy is here back, and this this guy at this end, this sort of people here. Then let's take this and someone at the back. So basically this is what I'm gonna have. As simple as that. Okay, so this is how you clean up a beach and keep a few people on the beach. So even if you want to clean up anyone on this area, it's as simple as just knowing the layer where you are and using the select rectangular marquee tool. You do this, you fill, content away, it's gone. Okay, so but we need a few people on the beach. So let's just say, you know, it's as simple as that. Just fill, remove. So and that's how you do a beach picture where you want to clean up the beach, you know. So you can go a little bit further by adding some textures on the beach just to make it look like, you know, a sandy feel. Let me show you how you do that. All you just need to do is go to, you have to go to the internet, get a sand texture. So what you want to do now is go to Google, type sand texture. So you're gonna have this. So now your discretion comes in. What do you need? You can just say beach. I say beach. Okay, so now what you need to do is to expand. Just pick anyone you like and bring it in. You save image, desktop. Okay, sand texture. So I'll drag it back into Photoshop. Can bring it somewhere here. So now the next thing you want to do is you want to create a pattern with this. So all you need to do is file, new. Just go for international, A4, edit, transform. Let's rotate the image. So you bring this into Ctrl J, bring this here. So you duplicate, Alt, First things first, have one as a base. Send it to the back and randomize these ones. You can see the way I'm aligning the patterns to ensure that it follows this line. So we're going to re-edit them eventually. Okay, so you might decide to group everything together. Shift. And you duplicate that group, deactivate one just for safety, merge group. So we'll have this now. So you grab your tool, your patch tool, then you start cleaning up areas just to make it look random. Make sure this content aware is selected. So now what you need to do is merge everything to the background. Just say flatten image, okay? Then you duplicate, and you take this image back to your beach. You zoom out, reduce the image. Zoom back in. So what we need to do now is fill this place. We need to reduce this, and make sure while reducing it we convert to smart object. Duplicate, rasterize this. So this is what we need. So perspective, I have to make it look like it's there. I'll have used the perspective tool, but there's really no time. So I'm using my eye to really know what it should look like. So I'm going to duplicate this once more. So when I'm done, what I should get is something like this. I'm going to go to this overlay, and I have this. Just select luminosity, okay? Reduce the opacity. Ctrl J. So you just randomize it. Now those images, you merge them together. Put it back in luminosity. The next thing is to start cleaning off edges. Select inverse, Ctrl X, and you have this. So let's wipe off all these areas we're seeing. So mind you can actually stop at the point before we added this texture. It doesn't matter. I'm just trying to make it look more realistic. That's all. So you can decide to leave out the texture aspect of the whole thing. texture. So just some areas. So basically, this is how you do it. This is clean, so it all depends on what you want to do and do something else. This is basically how you clean up each and the first step. Look at more tutorials, subscribe to the YouTube channel for more tips and tricks, how to do advanced editing, photography editing, design, graphics design and all.